What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Planners and Wine. My name is Meg.
And I am Myra, making a lot of noise as if we don't do this podcast every week. Welcome back.
Myra knows I'm extra tired, and she's just trying to
We're
drag
not
this out.
redoing it. We're not redoing it. Let's
Okay.
go. Because I'm as soon as I start talking, I knock something else over. It's
fine.
been a hell of a week,
A
honestly.
hell of a
Yeah.
week already. But I'm so excited for this episode because this is our 2023 recap, part 1, where we're going to talk about all the biggest pop culture and entertainment things that happened this year. And I don't know if we've ever quite did an episode exactly like this before.
No, and I'm excited for it. I mean, we've
Mhm,
done like recaps, but it's probably just been one episode
mhm.
and just not like this. This is going to be fun. This is going to be real fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm excited. And honestly, preparing for this episode and going through so many of the crazy things that happened this year, I was just like, dang, that happened this year. I'm in shock and disbelief.
Absolutely. Yes.
But yeah, Myra, I'm so excited about this episode. Before we get into all the things, how was your week? How was your weekend?
Oh, it's been a rocky week. This weekend was pretty chill though. Um Ashton did all of the holiday things with my mom. You know,
Nice.
she was on her grandma duties this weekend. I appreciate her so much for that 'cause
Mm,
I needed a break.
yes.
But he had fun making brownies and then they went through some like drive-through lights, which is really cool.
Love it.
So he had fun there and I have been playing Disney Dreamlight Valley because I have no other life besides that now since they had an update. So
I love it. So it's
that's
like
my
your
life.
whole personality right now.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Yes.
That's amazing.
It's been fun.
Yeah, my weekend was a little crazy. We had some pretty intense weather in the middle Tennessee area, but luckily we were not directly affected by it. And we didn't lose power or anything. We did just lose the internet for a while. So which is why we're
Mhm.
recording this episode a little later than what we
Yeah.
normally do. But we are very, very lucky and good to go. So I don't know. I'm just trying to truck along until the break. I'm getting so close. Off work for a few weeks, basically be out of school for a couple weeks. I'm ready. I need it. I'm tired. I am
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah, everybody, especially, like, students and, school teachers and stuff like that, y'all
Mhm.
need that break to just reset for the new year, so I'm glad that
Yes,
is upon us pretty much.
me
You only
too.
have, like, a couple weeks, right?
I have a couple
A week?
days.
Oh, days.
Days, child.
Okay.
Let's
Excuse
go.
me. I'm trying to prolong your, working.
Days. I'm so happy. But yeah, I'm just trying to, I don't know, get back into the holiday mood and just get
Mhm.
excited about Christmas. So it's right around the corner and New Year's is right around the corner. All of our birthdays are coming up
Oh,
really quick.
yeah, it's
So
birthday season at y'all
yeah,
house.
it's birthday season.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I know it is. It is. But yeah, y'all, make sure y'all leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts if you are enjoying our show, and also on Spotify. If you listen frequently on Spotify, you have to listen to a certain amount of episodes before you can leave a review. But once you have met the minimum, please leave us a 5-star review and just let us know that you are enjoying the show.
Yes, we really appreciate that. And that is a free way to support us if you can't hop over on the Patreon, which we highly, highly suggest you should. But if you
Mhm.
can't, leaving a 5-star review really does help us out.
Really does. And the Patreon community is amazing. So much
Mhm.
fun. So many amazing people. We just talk about planners and pop culture and crazy stuff going on TikTok. And we have lives and live shows and bonuses and all the things. So if you want some extra content, especially as we're about to take our couple week break from the show, definitely hop on over to Patreon.
Yes, and we're doing recording a bonus episode with them this week. So if you get in today, Thursday,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can come hang out with us. This is our
sure.
first time doing it. It's going to be a really good time
Yeah. I mean, it'll be our third live this
this
month.
month.
How crazy is
Yeah, we not doing this again. Not in December.
It's so fun.
It's
It
been
is
fun,
just
but
so
it's kinda
fun.
chaotic.
Yes, very chaotic, but yeah, that is I don't know. That's the podcast, just chaos. Chaos and fun. But yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
On that note, we're gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna get into the show. All right, y'all. So we are back, and how we're going to do this recap, we're just going to go through all the insane pop culture world things that have taken place this year. Like, it was so hard to whittle down this list because when I first made it, it was so much stuff. And I just went through it and I was like, oh, what do we have to talk about? So I tried to leave the
Mhm.
stuff that's like absolutely necessary for us to get into. And then thankfully Myra came through and she added in some stuff that I actually forgot about. So it's about to be a time. We about to have time. I'm excited.
Yay! Let's just hop on
Let's
into
go.
it.
Let's go. So
Crazy ass year.
yes. So first things first, we gotta talk about the movies of this year. Obviously, like I said, this is not going to cover every single movie that came out this
Mhm.
year. Just the highlights, okay? So gotta start with The Little Mermaid with the amazing Halle Bailey. I still get chills when I hear her sing that song. Like it was so good. It was just so important. It was so impactful. It was such a moment. Like she just really shitted on all the haters who had been like racist trolls for the past couple years since she got cast, and she
Mhm.
just made them look foolish. And the movie did very well, like in the box office. And it was just a moment in time. It's still one, probably my favorite, one, if not my favorite Disney movie, definitely top five favorite Disney movies of all time is that Little Mermaid. So good.
Yeah, it was really good. Honestly, that movie is the first time I fully watched The Little Mermaid, like from
Okay.
start to finish. I've
Valid,
never
valid.
finished it as a
Mhm.
cartoon. I know I'm sorry if that's your jam and that's, your Ariel or whatever, but yeah, she just killed it. I mean,
Mhm.
just uh, the singing alone is just so moving and I don't know, she's kind of like my little cousin in my head and just super proud of
I
her. Like her
know.
grace, the way she held herself, which she really didn't have to.
Mm-mm.
But she just handled it really well. And then we
She
got
really did.
Angel, the song because of
Oh,
all of the stuff that
yeah, the
she went through with this,
controversy. Yeah,
and
that's
yeah,
true, that's
yeah,
true. Yeah, she is absolutely amazing, and I can't even imagine anybody else in that role. Like, nobody would have sang that song better, and I even loved how, the original actress who voiced Ariel in the animated
mhm,
version, she was in the movie. She had a little cameo, in the movie, and I just felt like that was just so important. It was kinda like her, like, kinda passing the torch onto
yeah,
Hallie and just showing her support, and just being really amazing too. And I just love that she was able to get her shine in that, and I just loved it. Mason loved it. I just love it so much. So cute,
yes,
so
it's
cute.
perfect. It was just perfect.
Yes, and I didn't even write this on here, but Hallie is in the new The Color Purple movie, which I don't I think it comes out on like Christmas or
Mhm,
sometimes really, really soon, which I absolutely love. The original Color Purple, it's so hard to watch, but it's just such a beautiful, important movie. I'm really excited for this one. I know it's gonna be like a whole new spin. It's like it is a remake, but not like a really direct remake from what I've heard. Like they change it up a lot in a lot of good ways. And I think there's a lot of more music in this one too. So I'm really
mhm.
excited to. I don't know if I'm gonna go see it in theater or if I'm gonna wait till it's on streaming, but I'm really excited about it. So shout out to Hallie getting all these roles. Period.
Yeah, it's her year. It's definitely her year. I'm looking
Yep.
forward to that movie. The Color
Mhm.
Purple is like Black people staple, most quoted movie ever.
Literally,
So
it is the movie that my family probably has watched together like more than any other movie.
yeah,
Like I
mhm.
can't even think of another movie that comes close to it as far as like Black families. That's such a good point.
Yeah,
So good.
absolutely, but
Yep.
yeah.
Love it. Okay, so next up, the Mario movie. Such a fun movie. I really, 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 really enjoyed it. And it kept Mason's attention for like the whole 2 hours. So it was a win. And I mean, you can't even like Peaches. Come on. That song, I think that song got nominated for like a Emmy or something. Some awards nominations just came out, and I think Peaches got nominated for it. I don't know if it was the Emmys or what, but it's some awards that just
Mhm.
came out. And I'm like, period. Give Jack Black his thing. He deserves it. He
Jack
was
Black
amazing.
is that guy for real. I've
Legend.
seen him, like, been performing it lately, so
Me too.
as Bowser too,
And
which
Bowser,
is
he came on
hilarious.
stage at the Jonas Brothers concert like within the past week and performed it.
Oh,
They
that's where
actually,
he was at.
mhm,
That's funny.
so
Yeah,
good, so
yeah.
good.
And this Mario movie, for the video game people, when we first seen that Star-Lord was voicing Mario, we was rioted. Like, we
Yeah,
did not have expectations for this,
mhm,
and they knocked it out the park. Like, this
they
movie
did.
is really, really good.
It's so good,
Yeah.
so much fun. I hope they do a sequel or something.
Mhm.
I haven't heard anything about it, but usually movies that do really well, they end up doing a sequel or something to it. So I'm really, really excited. So I love Donkey Kong. I used to play that all the time as a kid. So it was so cool to see Donkey Kong
Mhm.
in the movie. Spoiler alert for all these movies. Sorry if y'all hadn't seen them, but
I mean, come on.
it's been
It's
out,
a
it's been months.
2023 recap.
It's been months,
We
Pooh.
ain't spoiling The Color
No.
Purple. Like,
Okay. Literally, literally,
go
but
see
yes,
Mario if you haven't, for
go see
sure.
Mario, so good. And also the Barbie movie. I mean, the Barbie movie took over
Yeah, the
2023,
social
like,
media alone.
social media, like, it was so huge, the soundtrack was fantastic, the movie was just it was so fun, but also, like, so sweet and, like, meaningful also. I loved the Barbie movie. It was just everything. It was so good. I need to watch it again because it is on streaming now. I think on
Okay.
HBO Max. So, yeah, if anybody didn't get a chance to see it, it's absolutely so worthwhile and just such a fun movie. I loved it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
HBO
So,
Max. There you go.
I just got HBO Max
Period.
again because 'cause I'm gonna
Yes.
start watching Fantastic Beasts.
Oh, yeah, nice.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
now I can watch Barbie.
Yes, as you should. It's such
Yeah.
a cute movie, especially, like, I felt so nostalgic watching it because I mean,
Yeah,
growing
you're a
up,
Barbie girl.
the biggest Barbie girl, the biggest Barbie girl. Like, I don't even know how many Barbie dolls I had. Like, I just had all the Barbies, the Barbie houses. I had, like, the my size Barbie. They had, like, a Barbie that was, like, your height and, like, kinda like, I had it
Like
all.
Tyra?
Yes, yes, kinda like that. Except it wasn't, like, super tall. It's
Yeah.
probably, like, 4 feet tall maybe, but
I mean, to
girl,
a little kid.
I had all the things, okay? So it was
Yeah.
just so nostalgic to watch it, and it's like it was like the whole premiere was so fun because they had Margot Robbie and like all these like iconic Barbie like outfits and
They
stuff.
really killed it with that.
I was so happy that they got to do the Barbie premiere before the actors and writers strike happened because we would have missed out on all that, and that would have really been a tragedy,
Yeah, Barbie
truly.
would have been something completely different if it came out a month later.
Yeah,
Legit.
I
So,
know, without
yeah.
all that, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that would've sucked because that just added to it because the
Mhm.
looks, everything, so freaking good. The cast was amazing, super diverse. America Ferrera was in it, Issa
Mhm.
Rae was in it. So good. So freaking good.
Yeah. I
Loved it.
like the I Am Enough shirt. Although I haven't seen the movie, I do own that shirt because
You
I
know,
think
I
that's so
thought that you own
funny.
the shirt and you have not seen the movie. That is so you. That is so you.
I think that shirt is just so funny, but yeah,
Just
I mean, I have to say, like, that movie is just iconic for the year,
so
like,
it's just iconic.
iconic.
I would go as far as to say I think that is probably the biggest movie of the year. I really think so. It just kinda took over everything. I
I
think it
mean,
made
social
the
media-wise
most
and stuff,
money.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that was probably, like, the biggest movie of the year, and then I love hearing Margot Robbie talk about it, and she talked about how, like, how she was able to, like, embody the role of Barbie where she was trying to make it seem like she didn't know anything because she's a doll, but she didn't wanna look, like, dumb and ditzy, and how
Mhm.
she kinda balanced that. I've seen her talk about how they wanna make like, how the producers and stuff wanna make a sequel, she doesn't because she's like it was like lightning in a bottle and she doesn't want to
Yeah.
try to you can't duplicate it. And I'm so with her. Like as much as I would love to see more, it was a complete story for the most
Mm.
part. You know what I'm saying? I don't really think it, but you know how capitalism works.
Yeah,
They're
it's
gonna
money.
milk it. They're
Yeah,
gonna milk it
it's
till they can't
money.
no more.
Yeah.
So
Definitely
yeah.
lightning in a bottle is a perfect thing with that
Yep,
movie. Like, I don't
yep.
think you can really duplicate, like,
No,
what they
the
did with that.
magic.
Yeah.
So good, and then there was the whole, like, Barbenheimer thing since
Mhm.
that and Oppenheimer came out the same weekend, which I still have not seen Oppenheimer. They don't have it on streaming yet, like, you can, like, rent it for, like, $20. I ain't doing all that. Make it free on one of these streaming services that
Which
I already
technically
paid
ain't
for,
free. Yeah.
okay, or I'm not gonna watch it. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Like, these came out the same weekend. Like, why
Why
is
is it not
Barbie
on
on streaming
streaming?
and
Yeah.
Oppenheimer isn't? So, can't really speak on Oppenheimer. Haven't seen it, but Barbie,
I'm sure
amazing.
it's fine. Yeah, I haven't
Yep,
seen that one either. Yeah, but Barbie did it.
Barbie did that. Yep. Last movie that we're gonna talk about is a movie that has been played probably a million times in my house. I still haven't seen it. Is Across the Spider Verse. You added this.
I did, cause like, oh my god, Meg, I can't believe you haven't seen it, and the cliffhanger that this movie leave us on is so insane.
Okay.
It is a quotable of, "Nah, Imma do my own thing in our house." Like, everybody says it in our house
Okay.
all the freaking time. We stand miles here, and
Period.
it's just so good.
That's what I keep
It's
hearing.
so freaking good. Visually,
Mhm.
it's so good. It's like
Yeah.
a mixed media, you know, the
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
the I don't know what the first Spider-Man was. Into the Spider-Verse, maybe? And this one is
Yeah.
Across the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, something like that,
Yeah,
yeah.
but, you know, if you've seen the first one, the mixed media is just so cool, and I don't know. I feel like for how, like, The Little Mermaid is in your household, that's
Mhm.
what Spider-Man is in my
Period.
household, because it's just that's the one movie that kept his attention, and,
Yeah.
like, he just we stand, but
I
it's
love
so
it.
good.
I
Such a
love
good,
it.
you know, coming of age story, family story,
Mhm.
black father, son story. I just love it. So, so
See,
good.
Myra, it's your fault I haven't seen it, and Imma tell you why, okay?
Me?
Because when I'm doing this, my family is upstairs watching movies without me, and I'm, like, 99% sure that Across the Spider-Verse is one of those movies where I was either podcasting or at a planner conference or just being by myself, and they was watching
It's the
this
audience.
movie without me. So,
Look
I
at
need
the
to get on it.
sacrifices Meg take for this damn podcast,
Literally,
y'all.
literally, okay?
But yeah, definitely during the break, this is one
Mhm.
that you definitely should watch. It is so good, and
Yes,
I can't wait for the
so
next
good.
one. I cannot wait.
Okay, gotcha. I'm definitely gonna watch it. I'm definitely gonna watch it. One movie I wish that we could talk about is the new Hunger Games film, The Ballad of Snakes and Songbirds and Snakes, something like that.
Girl, I
Whatever.
ain't get past the Hunger Games.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it
I have not seen it.
and it's killing
Um,
me, but
because
I
I really
mean,
want to see it.
yeah, I mean, but
It's
it
me
was
too.
either Beyonce or Hunger Games.
And I mean, the queen gonna win every time.
Every time.
Not ashamed of it. I don't care that we saw the concert before. So yeah, and
It's
you know
not the
what?
same.
Is that I'm saying, and we're having a date night this weekend, and so I was like, "Oh, we can finally go see it." Girl, why is this the one night that the theaters around us are not showing it for some reason? I don't know if they have some type of event or what is going on, but it is
Mhm.
literally not playing Saturday night by
Is it
us.
out of
Yeah,
theaters or is just
no,
that
it's still in there because it just
okay.
came out, I think, that weekend before Thanksgiving. So it hasn't even been like almost a full month yet. So it's still in theaters and it's like playing like tomorrow and Wednesday and stuff.
Mhm.
I don't know why it's not showing on Saturday night. It's the weirdest thing. So
Yeah, that is
that
strange.
might be a one that has to wait on streaming too, because
I love the Hunger Games. I really wanna see this, but
I love the
I
Hunger Games
yeah,
too.
I'm sure it
Mhm.
was good.
Yeah. I mean, what Viola Davis?
It's good. I
Period.
mean, this
Stanley Tucci? Period.
it's good, you
It's good.
know?
It's a wrap. So yeah, yeah, wish we could have saw that, but have not yet. Okay, moving on to world news.
Mhm.
Ooh, I mean, we have to talk about. I called it the submarine incident because I couldn't remember the name of the little thing that went to the Titanic and then just basically
Oh,
imploded
girl,
into a
they did not
tartar
make it to the
sand.
Titanic.
Yeah, I know that
I
whole
was
thing
gonna
was
call it
insane.
implosion. What was the
Yeah, it was an
name of the little
implosion.
thing?
It was the Titan submersible.
Submersible. Yeah.
Submersible.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it couldn't even be classified as a submarine.
Yeah, y'all, that whole situation was so crazy and so sad, like, and it was just so unnecessary, and it's proof that rich people have too much money. Because like the fact that you can pay to do something like that, like, is out of this world insane.
Out of this
I
world.
hated that.
Yeah, it
And then the whole search, because it was like a few days that they didn't know what fully had happened to it.
yeah.
And then James Cameron had came out and was like, "Oh, I knew it. I knew it imploded." We was like, "Oh,
Feel
James."
like the search team knew it did too.
I think they had to search because it was just like a part of like protocol
Protocol.
or whatever. But I think they probably knew pretty quickly
Yeah, before they
also.
told us. I feel like
Mhm.
they probably knew immediately,
I think so
but
too.
that
So
whole
sad.
situation was crazy, but one thing Black people gonna do is make some very entertaining
We gonna pay for them jokes.
commentary. Yeah, we
Every
going to hell.
every last one of us gonna pay for those jokes one of these days. Because yeah, the jokes was the memes, it was a lot. It was a lot going on. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just
come on. The world is so bleak. Sometimes you just gotta find something to laugh at. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a horrible situation. I don't think anybody was laughing at people losing their lives.
especially the son who
You
did not wanna
know,
even go, was doing it for his dad.
that was very sad.
Crazy.
Now that
But
was
it is
very sad.
that yeah, that part is very, very sad. But when you think about it, y'all climbed in here. There's no standing room, y'all. They're
Mm-mm.
sitting and would have been sitting for hours.
Yeah. And it was
Got
cold. It's cold in
cold,
there,
guided by a
wet.
man with a PS5 controller. A off-brand one at that. Crazy. When
I
you, like, sit and
mean,
think about it, like, why are we doing this?
if nothing else would have put me off of doing that, once I realized that I was gonna have to go inside of something that was gonna be sealed from the outside,
Yeah,
it
because
would have
even
been a
if they
wrap for
made it
me.
up, we have to hope that
Yeah.
somebody is out there to let us out.
Before they run out of oxygen and stuff,
Yeah,
because that was the thing when we thought it was missing, we was like, "Oh my god, they got 72 hours of oxygen, they
yeah.
got 60 hours of oxygen," like, that was a whole thing too or whatever. I could just never be enclosed in something that I couldn't voluntarily, like, get out of, that I had to put on somebody on the outside to get me out of, and yeah, as soon as I would've that the PS5 controller,
And it would've been a wrap. And I
that's a
mean,
wow.
the window of them being able to see if they would have made it down there,
Yeah,
oh,
wow,
yeah.
wow,
It's just it's just
yeah.
wild, like, that's all you
Wow.
can say about it, but,
That was a
it's just
moment. That was a
crazy.
pop culture moment though, for
Yeah,
sure. Because social media really had a field day with all that. Because it was intense. It was intense for a while.
yeah, it really
Um,
was.
yeah. Definitely don't wanna go too much into detail on this next topic, but definitely have to mention because it was one of the biggest things that happened this year, is the ongoing situation, in Gaza, with the Israeli government. Um, all I can really say is that has just been so sad to see like play out on social media. But I'm grateful that we have social media, and I'm grateful
Mhm.
that the people there in Gaza are like showing the truth, showing what's going on, showing how devastating this whole situation have been. And there have been a lot of people just talking some real common sense on the whole situation. One of the things I really hope the most in 2024 is some type of resolution, which, like I said, one of the reasons why I don't like even really talking about this topic and why we haven't talked about it much is because it's like, I don't even know what the resolution is or
Mhm.
should be, or you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you like? It's just such a complicated, nuanced situation. But knowing that like hundreds of people are dying every day, thousands of people have died so far, it's just absolutely horrendous. And I don't like it. I hope something changes real soon with all that.
Yeah, I 1000% agree. It's,
Mhm.
yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
It's complicated, it's scary, it's sad, and it's very much so, like, kind of a helpless feeling.
Yes.
I'm glad we do, like you said, have social media so we can be educated and know what is happening on
Hmm.
ground. But yeah, it still sucks. It still
Yeah.
really sucks.
Big time. Big time. Whew. I cannot believe. So Myra added this. I cannot believe I forgot about the Mitch glitch or glitches because
You
it was
know I'm gonna come
multiple.
with the conspiracy theories. That's the only thing I contribute to this list is the
Literally,
conspiracy theory.
Mitch McConnell, who, as of the day we're recording this, December 11th, 2023, is still serving in the United States Senate, had multiple occurrences on camera over the past couple of months where he just literally glitched out. And it was very one, it was very scary to see. And two, it just, made it even more so abundantly clear that is one of the biggest travesties, I think, in our government that people are able to hold on to power in this way. And I just it don't even matter which side. If you're Republican, Democrat, I don't understand needing to be in Congress for 30 plus years. I do not understand. I do not understand why our generation, hell, even the generation directly before us has not had a chance to lead. The boomers are just hanging on for dear life when it comes to the government. And it's not cool because we should have a say in the future that we're going to see. We should be helping create our future, not people who are not going to be here for that future. And that situation with Mitch, I mean, that made that like a national conversation more so than I've ever seen it before.
I mean, especially if you clearly aren't competent. Like if you're doing this, if he is human, if he's doing this,
Not if he's human.
if he because the things that he does, you cannot be human. But you're just not well. And it's okay
Mhm.
that you're not well and just be like, okay, I need to retire. Like I'm
Yeah,
fine. I don't really if you can get the job done, get the job done.
yeah,
That's kind of
for
where I'm
sure.
at with it. But
Yeah,
he cannot get the job
you
done. He
cannot get the
can't
job done.
even answer questions when
No,
asked. And y'all gotta shuffle him off to be
yeah.
recharged. Like
Not
I just
retard.
do not believe that he is human. I just don't. But
Agreed.
uh and I mean, yeah, it happened twice
It happened twice that we saw.
that we saw.
So there ain't no telling how much is going on behind the scenes. And I don't even remember last time I saw him, he glitched. And I ain't seen him
I ain't
since.
seen them since.
So I guess he been charging this whole time.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Mitch. Let it go.
yeah,
Let it
yeah,
go,
let it,
Mitch.
yeah, just retire,
Seriously.
bro. Yeah,
Well, and
just
literally.
it, crazy the way
Yeah,
that
like you
was
said, it's
thinking.
less about the actual age and more about the competency and if you're
Mhm.
able to do your job well. And it's like the retirement age is 65, 70 for everybody else. Why doesn't that apply to the US Congress or the presidency? But
I'm sure it applies. They just don't
it
take
don't apply.
advantage.
It don't apply, so they let it fly.
That's what they just take advantage.
Don't
Because
apply.
technically, just because you turn 65, you don't have to retire. You
Right.
know.
Right. But
So
that's the
yeah,
first age you're eligible to get like
yeah.
retirement benefits and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But some
Mm.
folks don't want to let it go. Girl, I'm gonna be running to retirement.
I mean, there won't be any more Social Security by the time we get there, because
I don't care. I don't care. Okay. The day of my
I will make it
65th
work.
birthday,
I
I'm
will
done.
make it
I'm
work.
walking out. I already have my box packed. Okay. Y'all ain't got to tell me twice. I'm out of here.
Oh,
I'm gonna
amidst the
figure it
good,
out. I'm gonna
like
figure
he
it
said,
out.
can't relate.
Can't
I'm
relate.
I'm gonna keep doing this, but
Yep. Yep.
uh, I hope he is well if he is human.
Mm, I hope so as well. I hope so as well. Last thing for the world news is UFOs. Myra, you also added this. Now I don't know why. I think I must have blocked the UFO stuff like out of my head because it just scares me to no end. I don't really remember
Why?
the UFO stuff. So you gonna have to
Well, I
remind
think
us.
the
And it's
consensus
scary.
was that we have enough shit going on
Mhm.
that we don't care.
Everybody still went to work. I do
we
remember
still
that.
we still had to go to work. Rent was
We
still
did.
due. I think it
It
came out
was.
like a few days before the first, and everybody was
Mhm.
like, "Ciao." Anyway, so, but I think it is
Man.
very interesting to it be out there that extraterrestrials are among us, which I've always believed. I don't think they care. I think they're studying us.
You don't you're not scared by that at all?
No, because if they could have did something, they would have did it by now.
I don't believe that at all.
Why
Like, they
not?
are waiting. I think they could be waiting for the perfect time, and two, the reason why it scares me so bad is because I love watching scary movies, and I've watched so many movies about alien takeovers that I'm so freaked out by this. So
Really?
this would be something that are really like, if the aliens ever touch down, it's a
What you
wrap for
think they
me.
gonna be like, Predator?
You don't know. We don't know. Okay? That's the
We don't
thing.
know. I
The
just feel like they would've.
unknown very much scares me. The unknown very
That's
much
fair.
scares me.
That is
So,
fair.
mm,
I think we're being studied. I think Earth is ghetto, and they know
it
that,
is. It is. It
you
is.
know? It's to
Yep.
them, it's like figuring out what stuff is in the ocean, you know?
Yeah. Please don't find out. If y'all listening, leave us alone. Okay, anyway, okay, on to entertainment. So we're gonna go back to entertainment in a couple other categories later, but I definitely wanted to talk about one of the biggest things that happened in the entertainment industry this year was the actors and the writers strike. I mean, both of these took months. The writer strike was even longer than the actor strike.
Mhm.
And the thing that's most interesting to me about the strikes is the repercussions that it's going to have on the industry next year, because so many things that were going to come out next year have been pushed. I know a lot of like production companies and stuff have been kind of like rushing and scrambling to try to get stuff ready for next year, but I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a very, very slow year for at least movies. If a movie was not
Mhm.
already filmed before this year, it's not coming out next year. Like,
Yeah. TV
period. So
shows too, yeah.
yeah, that's gonna be very, very interesting to see. Like, and so I don't know. It was good. I'm glad they paid some people. Finally, they were being the production companies and studios were being not production, but the studios were being so
Mhm.
freaking cheap and ridiculous. And I saw a lot of people speculating through all this that, whenever they were able to come to an agreement, the studios were going to probably try to turn around and put this cost onto consumers like us. And we see that when streaming companies are constantly raising their prices. Netflix raised their price every freaking 6 months, like they all do it. And it just kind of sucks because nothing is going to stop their greed. Like, if they're going to pay the actors and writers more money, it's because we're paying them more money. So it's like at the end of the day,
Mhm.
they still are kind of winning, which sucks, but at least people are getting hopefully the pay and the benefits. I hope, they were able to get everything that they needed, but I can't with these companies.
Corporations.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, it's wild. It's interesting to see, like, even with the movie industry too, like, it's gonna
Mhm.
be interesting, like, movie theater industry, like,
Mhm.
what's gonna happen? Because like, if nothing is coming out, the industry already took a big hit with COVID.
Huge shit. A lot of
So,
movie theaters didn't even open up after COVID. So
yeah, I
yeah,
lost my favorite theater in the ugh, God, the
dang,
AMC we
really?
got it yeah, the AMC I
Mm.
gotta go to now, the ghetto, white refrigerator.
You like, why didn't that one close? Why did the nice one close?
My favorite one had a bowling alley in it. It was our spot. It
No way.
was so good. Oh, do
Hmm.
y'all still have, like, the dine-in type theaters? I think we got one
Um,
left, but it's too far.
where we live now, we don't have a dine-in, but in
Okay.
Nashville, I'm sure there's a dine-in one there, and there were still ones in Dallas. But yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
miss having a dine-in theater. I know, like, our favorite like drive-through theater closed in Dallas. I was really sad about that because it was one of the only ones like in around us.
Mhm.
And drive-ins are just so fun. I don't
So nostalgic.
understand. I
Yeah.
don't understand why they can't like exist. So.
It seemed
Hmm.
perfect, especially for, like, families.
I mean, literally, we went and saw Black Panther when Mason was like 3 weeks old at a drive-through because we were able to just be in the car.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Have the privacy, have the safety. Didn't have to worry about her being around people and germs and all that. Didn't have to worry about her crying. I mean, she slept the whole time, period. Like, it was just everything. So
Yeah.
it's perfect for families.
Yeah.
So many
So
people act like they hate seeing children in real life. So it's like, let people take their kids to the drive-thru then, since y'all don't want us nowhere
yeah.
else.
Yeah. That's funny because people do hate children in real life, like,
And
be
it's
so
like,
fucking for real.
you remember you used to be one, right? Like,
And I get if
So
kids
weird.
aren't your thing, but they still exist
And yeah, in public.
and they deserve to be in public
Yes,
and have the right to be there just as anybody
exactly.
else.
And we're not talking about just rowdy, unruly kids that parents aren't even trying to keep under
I
control.
mean,
We're not
legit just
talking about
existing.
those. We're
Yeah.
talking about just any random child. You know what I'm saying? Like
Particularly babies, it seemed like,
particularly babies.
who
Yeah.
literally have no means of communication other than crying.
Yeah.
So,
People are real a-holes when it
yeah.
comes to children in public, and I don't understand. Even before I had a child, I was not like this. I really don't get it,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Weird.
weird. But yeah, I was very happy that the actor and writer strike came to an end. You know, a couple of celebrities really showed their asses. Drew Barrymore, I'm thinking about her. It was something with Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. I don't quite remember the exact situation, but they did something ridiculous during
They
all
was
this
caping
too.
for that 70 show guy.
That's right. They wrote the letter. It wouldn't. So
Mhm.
it didn't even have nothing to do with the strike. They wrote that
Mm-mm.
letter in like trying to get their friend a shortened sentence, and didn't think it
Yeah.
was gonna go public. A lot of people was doing that dumb stuff this year as
Yeah.
well.
Iggy did it for the next
Jailbird that
person.
we about to
Yeah.
talk about. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. Like, why did y'all think that was not be public? Like, it's going to the court.
And the fact that, and I don't know why you would admit that you didn't think it was gonna be public, because that's even worse, because that make you look shady. Because you was willing
Mhm.
to do something behind closed doors that you wasn't willing to do and stand on in front of people. Like if you aren't willing to do something in front of people, it's something you probably shouldn't be doing.
Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely. It's called integrity
So, but yeah, and then Drew Barrymore, she tried to bring her show back during the
to
strike
save the
because
world.
she said she was gonna say the word.
This bitch is crazy. Is she saving the world
You know
now?
what? I
Is it
look at
back?
Drew. Yes, it's
Okay.
that. But I look at her so different after all that. Like I like Drew Barrymore. Like I don't dislike her or anything, but that
Mhm.
definitely made me side eye her a lot. And like so now I see all these clips from her show on TikTok, and she just like I saw a clip of her and Oprah earlier. Girl, she like had like Oprah's hand in like a death grip and was like all in her face. And she does it to everybody. Like she has like no sense of personal space whatsoever. And it's like, Drew,
Mhm.
just because you're like a touchy feely, huggy type person, that doesn't mean that the person who's on your couch is like that also. Can you like Oprah had to like physically move to free herself of Drew. She was literally uncomfortable.
Poor
Like, ain't
Oprah.
nobody touched Oprah for that long in years. I'm convinced. And she was just all in her grill, holding her hand like this.
Poor Oprah. Megan wasn't even that close. I
I just want Drew to chill so bad. Like she has to get some chill.
I think Drew and her team really thought that the people loved her enough to where she could do whatever the fuck she want,
And they was wrong.
and they were wrong.
Wrong. Yep. Yep. But this next part I just entitled Jail Time. Tory Lanez was finally found guilty of what we knew he did, which was shoot Megan Thee Stallion, and he was
Mhm.
sentenced to, I believe, 10 years in prison. He turned down, like I heard, he turned down like a 3 or 4 year plea deal because he thought that because he was winning in the court of opinion, he was going to win in
Mhm.
the court of law, and that turned out to be false. So now he's in jail. Sucks for
Is he
him.
gonna get deported after these 10 years?
I don't know. It's a good chance because he is a Canadian citizen. He is not an
Mhm.
American citizen. It's a very good
This is the
chance.
one and only time I'm like, get out of our country.
Literally the only time.
Like,
Literally the only time.
this
Because we don't even be on no stuff like that because it's ridiculous. But in
this
Tory
person,
Lane,
yeah, he got
he
to
got
go
he could take Tristan with him.
because he Canadian too.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Brittany. Come get your people.
Come get your people, girl. Shout out to Brittany. Shout out to Brittany. Yeah, so I mean, I'm glad that this situation came to a resolution. The resolution that we knew it was coming to, and it's
Yeah,
still, some idiots in corners of the internet who still want to believe whatever they believe, but the truth prevailed. And he is doing what he needs to do, which is serve his time, serve his sentence for the what he
absolutely.
did. So
Oh,
shout out
I'm
to Meg
just so done at the argument. I'm sure the argument's still there if you bring it up, but
Stallion.
the whole, like, not believing her, and then, of course, all these people who has something to say, celebrities in particular, walking
Girl,
stuff back. I'm just Team Meg all the way
all the
on
way.
this and
Mhm.
protect her at all costs. Like, she really had some rough few years,
Yep,
and I'm
yep.
just rooting for her to have some peace.
Me too, me too. We finally got the mug shot of Donald J. Trump. That was a very, very long time
Mhm.
coming. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been paying very close attention on what's going on with his case or cases. Just let me know he's guilty. Let me know when he's found guilty. That's all I care about. That's it.
Yeah, the last thing I just happened to, like, hop on the news website real quick, and I seen that, Giuliani, they're seeing how much he has to pay back in restitution for, like, defamation to some of the poll workers he did. But
Mm.
that's the last thing that I've heard recently, but also, like, I haven't been actively looking for it. I'm sure there's more
Yeah.
information out there.
Mhm.
But, I just want this man to be so guilty so bad with this
Yeah,
election year coming up,
I know.
but
I
we
know.
were oh my god, we were so excited to get those mugshots. I mean, the whole world was waiting on those like they were mixtapes.
It's been such a long time coming because we've been knew he was a
Exhausted.
crook. We've been knew,
He'd been
and
a crook before he even
he
became
been
president.
a crook. Yes, he been a crook. And also Tiffany Haddish just got a DUI like a few weeks ago, and I didn't even know that she had got another one back in 2022. So I don't know what is
What's
going
going on
on.
with her?
I don't know. I do not know.
'Cause she had that whole, like, that sketch thing not too long
Yeah,
ago,
it
which
was a
that was like, girl,
she
that
had
was a
some
choice.
controversy. Hmm.
And I feel
Yeah,
like she kinda fell back after that, cause like, right when that came out, like, Tiffany Haddish was everywhere,
she was.
and she kinda
Hmm.
laid low, and then now we getting all these DUIs.
It's wild. First of all, nobody has an excuse to be driving drunk, like nobody,
Nope.
especially rich and famous celebrities who can so eat. Like you can't even try to be like, oh, I can't afford an Uber, what or a car service. What like you can afford
Yeah.
everything. Like you have all the
You
resources in the
literally can
world.
afford to have somebody on staff as a driver.
You can literally, they can sit outside the club, the bar, wherever you at, and just wait on you to be done and drive you home. Like there's no excuse at
There's
all, and
really
it
no excuse.
really makes me so upset because like we just always hear about so many people losing their lives because of a drunk driver, and it's crazy.
Mhm.
It makes no sense at all to me. Like we're not talking about no dumb teenager or no dumb college student. We're talking about grown ass 30 something, 40 or something year old people. Like come on. It just makes no
Yeah,
sense.
excusable.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know whatever she got going on, she needs to figure it out because Tiffany Haddish has really worked very hard and she's gotten a lot, but she can also lose everything in just,
And
one
will.
mistake and will.
Yeah,
Yeah. So she
and
needs to
will.
figure it out because
Yeah.
that's wild.
Ooh, therapy is cool.
It is.
Yeah,
It
for
is.
everybody,
Therapy
especially
is
people
cool.
who are, like, under a microscope like celebrities
Yeah.
are.
Yep. Yep. Okay, last thing I want to talk about before we take a quick break. Some reunions that happened this year. Can I just say there's nothing that I'm more disappointed about than this NSYNC reunion. Okay, like the
And it's Justin's
NSYNC,
fault.
they had us so excited. All us millennials, we have had such a rough go at it. We thought we was finally getting something. The
Yeah.
boy band of the century, getting back together, maybe going on tour. Like we were so hyped up just for it to be one funky ass song for one funky ass movie. No, no shade to trolls. I do love those movies, but and that was it. Like, so if I swear, if they're not planning some type of tour next year, this got to be one of the biggest fumbles of the century because this would be one of the biggest tours like ever. And even though Justin is arguably, the biggest star out of all of them, ain't nobody checking for Justin by himself no more. He's not selling out an arena like all of NSYNC together would be. Okay. So he needs to get his shit together, and because we know that he's the problem.
Yeah. I mean, they were doing really good on socials too.
So good. It was
I
so
mean, especially because
exciting.
of Lance. Lance
We
is
just
so good when it comes to socials, but yeah,
love him. We just knew we were finally getting something for us. Like, I remember it was a joke everybody was making that they were saying, like, you need to enter your birthday when you buy a ticket, and if you wasn't born before 1996, you can't go.
you can't go. I think that's fair.
I think it is too. I think
'Cause
it is.
I do not want no TikToks like, I want to experience what that dude called NSYNC, he, like, said it all as one word.
Mm,
Like, I
insane,
don't want that. I don't want y'all to
insane.
be reviewing it, and this is your first time hearing any of their music.
And I also don't want y'all in there making fun of us millennials in our skinny jeans and our side parts. Leave us alone. Let us have something.
And this is it. Let us have it. Let
Let
us
us
have
have it.
it. Oh,
So yeah,
man.
I'm very disappointed in Instinct right now. The only way they can redeem themselves if they announce a tour next year. But come on,
A
y'all got
residency would be cool too.
a residency,
'Cause that
literally
gets them to,
anything.
like, be in one place. Cause
Mhm.
they're fathers and, have other things
Yeah,
going on too, so I think a residency would be perfect for them.
I
Like, let
totally
people come to
agree.
you.
I think that, Adele and Usher have made the Las Vegas residency, like, so cool and such a
Mhm,
thing, and we've also had, like, Britney Spears did one,
mhm.
J.Lo did one, like, residencies are, like it's not a thing for, like, washed up artists like it used to be back in the day, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? It's really not. Like you said, it's just a much more manageable way for your faves to be able to perform and for people to be able to see them. And it's easier on them
yeah,
because they're just in one place. They're not doing all that traveling and stuff. So,
yeah, they got families and stuff too, and all those people you named are,
mhm.
millennial superstars.
And are. So really, millennials are saving the Las Vegas residency. You're welcome.
Period.
You're welcome.
Oh, man, I would love to see Usher. I'm sure that's an amazing show.
I know he's done for this year, but I want to say he's picking it back up sometime next year. I feel like I saw that because it was just did
That
so
would be so
well.
cool. Yeah,
Yes, and then he's gonna be performing at the Super Bowl. Love me some Usher. Love me some Usher.
yeah,
The next reunion that we saw was Destiny's Child, and not in the form of them like performing together, but
yeah.
for the first time ever, the two other original members of Destiny's Child, Latavia and Latoya,
Mhm.
were with Kelly, Michelle, and Beyonce. And Beyonce said in her documentary that was the first time they had ever all been in the same room together, which
Which
is
is
wild.
crazy. Yeah, that is
So
so
wild.
crazy to think. It is
Mhm.
wild
Yeah, and
that
the
they've
girls were
never been
thinking
all
yeah,
together.
I know, and, unlike with the NSYNC situation where it made sense that we were thinking we were gonna get, like, a reunion, the girls were being very delusional with Destiny's Child, thinking that they were about to do a
Mm-mm.
reunion, and it's like, Beyonce is fresh off the Renaissance tour. She
Yeah,
ain't doing all that right now. I don't even see it happening in the future. To be totally honest with all five of them, I see her getting back with Michelle and Kelly maybe at some point. But it's a wrap for Latoya and Latavia. Like they can be cool and hug it out and stuff. I don't ever see them perform with them. I would be very surprised if that ever happened.
yeah. I
So
love that moment in the documentary though. It was kind
it
of
was so
funny because
nice.
Michelle was kinda standing there awkwardly, like, "Okay, let me wait my
Because
turn to
she
get her."
literally is like, I took you guys' spot and it wasn't my fault though, because y'all fumbled the bag real bad. Sorry. And it was so funny because remember at one point when they first got Michelle in the group, they had the fourth girl, they had a new fourth girl, Farrah also, and she lasted for like 3 months. And no word from Farrah. We don't know where she at, what's going on with her. And
I
she was
forgot
not
about
included.
Farrah.
Yeah, girl, they did too.
Farrah's the one in that clip where Beyonce's like, "You better off just taking the flight home and leaving your luggage." Do you
And then
see
she
that
was
clip?
and she was like, no, I'm not. And Beyonce was like, you not? She's fucking she was smart. And we never
Beyonce knew
saw
she
Farrah
was
again.
Beyonce.
We never saw Farrah again.
She knew. She
Never
knew
saw
who
her
she was.
again.
Oh, 'cause like, girl, I'm telling
Oh,
you. this is not a suggestion. I am telling you what you're about to
I'm
do right now.
telling you. Don't make this weird. Just listen.
Just leave. Just leave.
And she was gone. Gone, gone, gone. But yeah, that was
Uh,
really, really nice to see and to hear Beyonce talk about that and to talk about the healing that was able to go on from them all being together. I mean, this is like 20, 25 years of stuff. So that really just shows
mhm,
like it's never too late to bury the hatchet and to, let stuff go. Cause like even like in the clips that they showed in the documentary of like Beyonce when she was little, Latavia was right there next to her before
mhm.
Kelly was even there, which I didn't even realize that she predated Kelly. So so wow.
Yeah,
So wow. I'm happy. That was nice. That was a really, really nice moment. And like I
yeah.
said,
I
the
love that
girls
for
were
them.
Lulu. I never thought that there was gonna be like a full-on reunion with the five of them. Just don't
I
see that
mean,
happening.
yeah.
Just don't see that happening. So, but
Beyonce
yeah,
worked way too hard for all that.
yeah, she does. She does. And on that note, we're gonna take a quick break to hear from our sponsors, and we will be right back. All right, y'all. So we are back. The next thing I want to talk about is reality TV. So in 2023, we not only got one season of Love Is Blind on Netflix, we got two. We got
It
seasons
should have just
four
been fun.
Seasons 4 and 5. Okay, before we even get into it, if you had to drop one of the seasons, which one would you have dropped? Season 4 or season 5?
I would bury 5 and literally have a funeral for it. It
Why do you
had
feel
to
that way?
go. It had to go. Like, I feel like maybe contractually,
Mhm.
maybe there was like Netflix was like, "We need 2 of these in a year," or whatever. But it just was not a full show. It just really wasn't.
Yeah.
One couple? Like, how many, like, 2 was it 2 couples at the end, or was it 3?
Who was at the end? Milton and Lydia.
Mhm.
Um,
Broke boy.
Broke Boy.
I can't think his name.
Broke Boy and the Mean Girl. I think they was the only two who went to the altar, right?
Yeah, it was 2
There's
altars.
two altars, yeah. And I mean, I'm still not convinced that Milton isn't being held hostage. So it's really 0 couples as far as I'm concerned.
Milton live in another state. So,
Girl,
it just
yeah.
wasn't, and all of the, like, the legal stuff they had going on, like, I'm sorry, like, it sucks for all those other cast members, but this show should have just been a wash. It should have
Okay,
just been a wash.
okay. I'm with you. This season 5 was absolute trash, but season 4 really had some issues too. We have to talk about that reunion fiasco that
Oh, the live reunion,
I
yeah.
literally had to watch it on TikTok live.
Same.
You literally offered to FaceTime us so that we could see it. Like, it was
Which is
such a hot
insane.
mess.
Oh, no, I didn't have to watch it through TikTok. I was one of the
Mhm.
lucky 5 people that was able to get
Literally
on.
5 of y'all. They made such a big deal about it being live, and then we couldn't even watch it. And then we also had to suffer through Jackie and Josh and what she did to Marshall. Like, that was so hard to watch. That was probably one of the worst breakups I have ever seen. Now,
Yeah,
granted,
that was
we got
bad.
some really good couples out of it. But it's like the highs were very high in season 4, but the lows were very, very, very low in season 4 also. But overall, it
And
was
Babygate.
definitely girl, Vanessa Lachey, I can't. Like, she was able to at least redeem herself in the season 5 reunion, but it was boring as hell.
I mean, the
It was
season was
boring.
boring. Like, I kinda
It was
give
boring.
I kinda give them credit. Like, it wasn't really much they could do, but she did do a better job. I will say Marshall still came out on top.
Yeah,
He's with a lovely girl. He's
yes.
doing
Love him.
absolutely amazing.
Mhm.
Love his socials, just love his personality all around,
He's the
but
only person from that show that I follow on
really,
anything.
I follow the
Mhm.
Browns.
I started to follow them, but I was like,
I mean, they just boring. They
yeah,
just
she's
like,
boring and cute. I'm
yeah.
good.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only reason why I follow. I mean, love is
Yeah,
boring.
they
Honestly, if
were
you're in a
great.
healthy relationship,
It's
it's boring
true.
as hell.
Love is
So,
boring, not blind, but
no,
boring.
that's
True.
what it is. That's the true
Very
B.
but
It's
yeah, they're
boring.
super cute. Love them down, but just
Yeah.
didn't care to follow them. But I love Marshall. I'm glad he's happy now.
I
And
wonder what
Jackie and Josh
is
broke up, which was very satisfying to see as well.
very.
Because we knew. We knew.
She tried to
She tried it.
she tried it. Oh my god. I love that everything that is worse is coming to her because she deserved that.
She
She
did. She was
just you just
horrible.
don't treat people like that.
Mm-mm.
Even if you don't, want a relationship with them, you just
Mhm.
don't treat people like
I
she
know, it
did.
was just so ugly, and the way that Vanessa Lachey was just, like, kissing her ass and just so team she was only team Jackie because Jackie ended up in a relationship, like, that's all she cared about. She didn't care
That's all she cared about.
who she hurt, who she stepped on to get there, none of that mattered, and she kinda gave the same thing to Lydia. It was to a much less
Yeah.
extent, but Lydia got the "I'm in a good relationship" edit at the reunion
Mhm.
also, which really sucked because I really wanted her to be, like, fully held accountable for how she did Aaliyah. They just kind of put it off on
Absolutely.
that mean boy. I don't even remember his name. He
Oh,
was
yeah,
mean.
what's his name? Uh,
It don't
not
matter.
Kwame, that's from 4. Oh, well, yeah, it don't matter, but,
Kwame and Chelsea still together.
yeah, they are.
Season 4 kind of ate with the couples,
Season
but
4, 8. Zach and Bliss.
that oh, and they're pregnant. They're gonna
Yeah.
have a baby. Yeah, that's so
I love
amazing.
that for
Vanessa
them.
Lachey voice.
Ugh,
She's somewhere screaming,
I
trying to
know.
get in the
I really
delivery
hope they
room.
have a restraining order on that lady
You
for that
know that she
baby.
done sent them some flowers talking about please name the baby either Nick or Vanessa. I'm sure that's happening.
God, she's such a weirdo.
She's so
She's such
crazy.
a weirdo. But we did get, um, the amazing Marshall faces when Vanessa was having that interview with
That's
Jackie.
true.
We
That's
did
true.
get
Because
that.
he was in shock and disbelief as well.
Like the rest of
He
us.
didn't even get to confront Jackie himself. She got to do that whole cop out with the video. Because my thing is like they was like, oh, for her safety, she couldn't be here. She getting threats and all types of stuff. That ain't no reason why
Girl,
y'all couldn't
don't
have
nobody
zoomed
care
her
about
in.
you.
And don't nobody care about her one. And two, they could have zoomed her in. And so she could have a live conversation.
Uche. Sorry, it
Uche.
just came to me. That
There he is.
was
That mean boy is Uche. You
yeah.
right. Justice for Aaliyah to this
Justice
day.
for Leah. I mean,
But
she
she's in
seems
a
pretty
happy
happy. I do follow
relationship
her.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So Love is Blind is just a hot mess. Don't ever give us 2 seasons in a year, Netflix. It's too
Mm-mm.
much. We
It's
don't
too
need it.
much.
We do not need it.
I will watch season 6 though.
Yeah, period. And we'll talk about it on the show, period.
Yeah.
Um, definitely want to talk about Big Brother because this summer was
Oh,
so
yeah.
special because it was Myra's first time watching it and also JB and Danny's first
Mhm.
time watching it as well. And y'all like it
And we
was
had an
so
expert.
nice. Yes, it was so nice to be able to like talk about this show that I love so much, like with my closest friends. Uh, it was so good. But this season, ooh, it was like a roller coaster where it started off very high and it just ended just very, very
Mhm.
low. But
Is that normal?
it Big Brother is just, it's just hills and valleys. It's up and it's down, and it's up and it's down. And every season is so different.
Yeah.
You keep watching because like this season has no bearing on how next season is gonna
Yes.
be.
A
You know
whole
what
new
I'm
group
saying?
of I
Whole new group
mean,
of people, but
we
yeah,
started out with somebody legit getting kicked out.
legit. For saying
And
the N
that
word.
isn't even something that
Mhm.
is, like, rememberable at this point. Like, it's such a roller coaster, that
Barely
show.
even remember his
Yeah.
name. Like, yeah,
Yeah, I don't even know his name.
seriously. Yeah, it's such a roller coaster, but such a fun show. They just started that spinoff show, Reindeer Games, tonight.
Oh,
Um,
I see Cam's supposed to be on there. I follow him, but I'm not care to watch
ooh.
I'm not watching that.
It might be something I binge once it's over
Mm,
because it's not the same. Like they're not living in the house.
yeah.
It's really competition based. I don't know if there's gonna be any social stuff, but one thing that makes me want to watch it is so many of my faves are on it. Like Taylor, the winner from last year, is on it. Danielle Reyes, one of the best players of all time to never win, is on it. They have a really, really good cast, so I'm definitely gonna check it out at some point. It's just not a priority because it's not
Mhm.
Big Brother. So, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely will check
Mhm.
out next season. I'm really looking forward to it. Do you think that, like, 100 days is too long?
1000% yes.
Okay, I'm
That
like, can
that
we do,
added
like, 75?
That literally that added to why this season was just so sucky at the end because it's
Yeah.
like I can't even be that angry at some of the house guests and their behavior towards the end because they're probably going stir crazy. They have
Yeah,
nothing better
absolutely.
to do than to be hideous to each other after 90 something days. Like it's too long. Like it is like a huge consensus that the best seasons are between like 60 and 75 days max.
Yeah, I
Like
think that's perfect.
100 is wild. And
Yeah.
then also, I think this season got thrown off too with how late it started. It started
Yeah,
like
got
in
pushed back.
August or something, I
Mhm.
think. It usually starts in July. Before that, it used to start in June before COVID. So it just keeps getting pushed back and back. And I just love Big Brother as a summertime show. So
It
hopefully
makes
they can
sense
do
too
some
as a sum
yeah.
yeah, as a
Yeah,
summertime show.
it does.
Especially y'all gonna do 100 days, like, come on.
Girl, so freaking long. Nobody wants to watch it for that long.
Mm-mm.
We don't care. It's not it's just too much. And you
And
have to
they don't
drag it
care at
out.
points either,
Then,
like, yeah, they're just
you
over it.
have stuff like people getting fake evicted and coming back into the house and getting evicted again and come. That's why you have all that because it was too long. So in a normal
Alright.
season, Cam would have
I
never came
know.
back in the house.
Like, I know this damn thing.
And he would have been done before jury, okay?
Oh,
You
man,
knew
they
it was
played I
coming.
mean, I love Cam, but they paid that so stupid because he
Same
made
thing
the
with
jury.
Jack. Jack was
Yeah,
supposed to be at home watching with the rest of us,
and
and he ended up
y'all
winning.
fucked around and let him win.
Girl, don't
Spoiler
get me
alert.
started. So
That's
annoyed.
crazy. They really
So
played
annoyed.
themselves this season, but yeah, looking
I
forward to
know.
next year, though.
Very much looking forward. And I, like I said, one of my favorite thing now is that you guys love it so much and y'all are invested too because it's just so exciting and like listening to like live feed updates and all that. It's just a super super
You have the
exciting show.
podcast and stuff with it too. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's so cool.
So good, so good. Um, gotta touch on Golden Bachelor. I started watching it and then I fell off, but I've been keeping up with it like via podcasts and stuff. I tend to do that a lot with reality shows. When I don't have time to watch it, I just listen to updates from podcasts or whatever. But yeah, Golden Bachelor took the world by storm. Everybody loves it more than the regular Bachelor. And I hope they have Golden Bachelorette.
I mean, baddies,
Yeah, yeah,
baddies. Where did they
amazing.
find these women?
I know, I know.
Gorgeous.
So good, so good. And they're gonna have a live wedding in January. They're actually gonna get married, like ASAP.
Oh,
I know. They were like, look, we 60, 70 some years old. We ain't got
yeah.
no
What
time to
it matter?
waste.
Yeah.
Because most couples on that show who actually end up like getting engaged and stuff, they usually like are engaged for like a couple of years. So they're basically
Mhm.
just dating in the real world
Yeah.
until like a lot of the ones who are the more successful and who have ended up getting married dated for like 2 or 3 or 4 years and then they got married. So the engagement is really just a thing for the show.
Yeah.
More so than like a real engagement. But with the Golden Bachelor, nah, honey, it's real. They getting married next month on television. Period.
I mean, good for them.
I know.
Ain't no time to waste. Let's
No,
do it.
period.
We ain't getting no
Anyways,
younger.
literally, literally, they're not getting no younger. So yeah, I love the Golden Bachelor. I really hope they do a Golden Bachelorette. I think it would be very exciting. I heard somebody say a Golden Bachelorette might not work because are there going to be as many eligible, attractive 60, 70-year-old men out there? But I think so because here, look, they did an open casting call for the Golden Bachelor. So
In the
the guy
newspaper.
who exactly, exactly. So the guy who ended up getting chose, he applied just like everybody else. So there's no way he was the only good guy out
Yeah.
there who applied. So I definitely think maybe not as many as there were on the Golden Bachelor because I mean those women were just
I mean,
outstanding,
stunning. Yeah.
so gorgeous, so smart, like just everything. But I think they can find 20 eligible bachelor 60, 70-year-old men who have, good jobs and still got most of their hair. I think they out there.
I think they're out there.
I got faith, okay?
I
I
feel like
got
you have to
faith.
just be more concerned about what crazy stuff they might say. Cause that age, don't them people ain't got no filters.
That's true. Now that is very true. That's the thing I edited this for. That's why it's not live, okay?
Okay,
Editors,
yeah,
work
that's
your
true.
magic.
Yeah. Because some of them may say some wild stuff.
The main thing they need to worry about, they need to look back at them pictures in the history books and make sure ain't none of those men and no like crazy pics from like the 60s and stuff, messing with people doing sit-ins or
Girl, throwing
doing
stuff
nothing
at
crazy.
Ruby Bridges or something.
Could you imagine if they catch somebody and TikTok did his thing and found out they
But
was
they've done it before and
it's
found
a
racist
possible.
people. It's a high possibility in the older generations. I'm sorry.
Somebody.
Yeah, I don't know.
Funny. They gotta really be careful. They really gotta do their due diligence and figure some stuff out
I
first. They need
mean,
to be like,
vet these
who
people.
was you voting for in the 1960 presidential election? Okay, how do you feel about Martin Luther King Jr.? Like they need to be asking the right questions, period. Because that's scary.
Oh, yikes. This is America.
Girl, so ghetto. So
These
ghetto.
people are still alive. Like this, like
I know. It's true because yeah, Ruby Bridges is like in her 70s or something like that.
yeah, she is still alive.
Yeah.
It's
That's
crazy.
embarrassing. That's so
It
embarrassing.
really is. Oh my gosh.
Last reality show I want to talk about is Squid Game, The Challenge. So y'all know that show Squid Game that just took the world by
Oh,
storm
okay.
in like 2021, I think is when it came out. Netflix made a reality show about it, and I watched the whole thing, and it was very good. Like the last episode is kind of where they lost me a little bit. It was just kind of but it was really, really good building up to it, and they changed up a lot of things from the original show. So every
Mhm.
single challenge wasn't what you saw in the original show, which I thought was very, very good. It made it way less predictable.
Yeah, that is good. I mean, it had a
Mhm.
lot of controversy with it too.
They
But
definitely have a lot of controversy with it. And one of the things that when it really made me realize is that one, I will never go on a reality show. I already knew that. But two, I would definitely never go on a Netflix reality show where like your visibility is so much higher than on any of these other shows because like the threats and the drama that a lot of these contestants had to deal with because of decisions they made on the show,
it's
especially
a
the black
game.
contestants,
Yeah, that's insane.
so disgusting. So disgusting, so out of control. Like, and it's not only just a game, it's a game that you're playing for yourself. There's
Mhm.
no teams winning. One person wins. So why would you do anything that's going to benefit somebody else who could beat you? You
Hello,
come in by
fucking Boy
yourself.
Jane.
Yeah, girl. Who even talking about Boy Jane? I'm not mad at her no more. But yeah, I was just like, people really need to seek help and they really need to get a grip. Like, if you're that invested in these shows that you're sitting in hate and death threats and racist BS to people, like, you need to log off. Like, you aren't allowed to watch. Like, that's not cool.
Yeah. It's kinda crazy
So,
to think, like, some of these Netflix shows, like, they're getting much more eyes on them than,
mhm.
like, Big Brother or something, like
I
a
know.
network TV reality show. Like,
So wild.
that's insane. What a time.
I know. I know. It's wild. It's wild. So yeah, if y'all haven't watched the Squid Game challenge, I think it's really good. It is on Netflix. Check it out. But yeah, I will be excited to see if they do more seasons of it. And I hope, like I said, I hope they keep switching up some of the challenges to make it less predictable and less,
Mhm.
ways for people to be able to like practice and cheat the system and all that. And it was just very, very good to watch.
Yeah. I just hope we get season 2 of Squid Games.
Girl, don't even get me started because that's one of the things that I dislike the most about streaming services is how long they take to give you
If something
seasons
come
of a
back.
show. Yeah. It's so wild. Like I was even watching an interview from one of the actors from Euphoria, and he was saying that when Euphoria started, he was 19 and he's 26 now. We only had 2 seasons of Euphoria. And this man,
And then the writers and actor strike happened. He about to be 40.
literally, literally, he even said watching the show, his face has changed because he has grown up.
Yeah.
He has literally
Cause
grown
he
up.
full blown adult now.
And you can even look at like Stranger Things. Like, how long has Stranger Things been going on? Where in the world of the show is what, like 4 years or something has passed,
Yeah.
but in the real world it's been like 8 years, and these kids went from looking like little bitty kids to grown ups. They got to come on.
I think
It,
they're in the last season, right? The Stranger Things, at least. They got to, cause
finally,
yeah, them kids,
they grown. They
yeah,
gonna
we
take
gonna have to
the
skip
kids
30
themselves.
years.
They gonna let the kids play them because they grown.
They're grown.
It's weird. But yeah. Okay, so on to TikTok. Y'all know me and Myra love us some TikTok. We always send each other TikToks. We always tagging each other in TikToks. It's just
Find us in the comments.
literally, especially Myra. Hit
I
me a
be in there.
video that's like 2 months old that they just pop up on my For You page, and Myra be in the comments from 2 months ago. And I'm like, damn,
I don't know what it is about TikTok. Like, I'm always in the comments.
I
Like, it
love
just
it.
feels like a community to just
It
chat.
really, really does. Okay, so before we even get into the topics, have you ever made a comment and like somebody said something like slick back to you in the comments? Has it happened to you a lot?
Yeah. No. Only time I had that slick back comment was at Beyonce reel we did for Planners and Wine.
Oh, okay,
But
okay.
I
See, I
had one that quote unquote a comment go viral, and I
uh-huh.
kept getting people responding to it, like agreeing to what I'm saying. I'm like, oh my god, I want to delete this so
Girl,
bad.
after months,
Yeah, after months.
after months,
Yeah.
it is. I hate how they do that. They got to do something with those notifications because you don't want to get notified. It should be like a time limit. Like after
Yeah.
a week, stop telling me
Yeah.
people been
14 days
commenting.
tops. Yeah.
Yes, the only like crazy comment that I got back once, somebody posted something like something positive about Meghan Markle, and she's very controversial to the whites. Um,
It's true. It's true.
so I think I said, "Oh my God, she's a prince, she's a beautiful princess." I call her a princess.
Mhm.
I don't remember the context or whatever. Girl, they tried to really get them. Her title is not princess. She is not a princess. Blah blah. I said she married a prince.
And
I don't
she
give a
then
damn what her title
yeah.
is. Like, she's married to a prince. That makes her a princess, period. Like, nobody care about these damn official ass titles. Girl, I was fighting for my life in them comments.
It's so dumb. It's
So
so dumb, and
dumb.
it's probably a whole bunch of Americans, and none of this shit matters to us anyway.
None of it matters to us anyway. None of it matters to us
Stop.
anyway. So wild. So wild. But yeah, on to TikTok. Okay, I think this is really the year of Keith Lee. I know Keith Lee was already a thing before this year, but I feel like
Yeah.
he just really blew
Really
up
popped off this year for
this
sure.
year.
Yeah.
Yes, and he's been on his restaurant tour, going to multiple cities, and I really thought that Atlanta was gonna be the funnest, most interesting city to see him in, but New York has taken the cake because the New Yorkers respond to him. The people been sending him to all the wrong spots. I don't know if he's been getting
The
suggestions from
response is so New
tourists,
York too.
people who don't live there. They've been sending him to all the wrong places, and it
It
hasn't been
was the
all
milk and
good.
honey.
Yeah, exactly.
I
People
really
have been
believe that.
saying that Atlanta has been sabotaging New
Mhm.
York, and I definitely believe it. They just been looking up stuff on Yelp and sending it to Keith Lee. And so he's been talking about these spots.
Mhm.
And the New Yorkers with a very strong New York accent has been like, what the hell is going on? Like, where are you getting suggestions from? It's been so
I
funny.
mean, so many different people of New York too, like, not
I
even
know.
just, like, because it's mainly, like, Black audience that,
Yeah.
like, does stuff like that, but, I mean, I've seen all different types of people
He done
be
brought the
like
boroughs together. He done brought the
yeah.
racists together because everybody
Legit.
is like, what the fuck is a salmon and chopped cheese?
That is embarrassing.
Even know what a chopped cheese was before this, but now I feel like I
Well, we
know.
know
And I'm
look, we know
offended
we
by
ain't
the
getting no
salmon.
salmon one. We know. But I will say that restaurant did take his, critiques gracefully.
Okay,
They thanked him
good.
for coming in and said that they're gonna do better and they're
Are
gonna
they
take
taking the
yeah.
salmon and chopped cheese off the menu? Yes
I
or
I
no?
mean, apparently they need to because they're going to riot.
The New Yorkers was mad.
Who
Oh my
knew? I mean, I'm like,
gosh.
I thought it sounded good, but
I
apparently you ain't
I really thought it sounded good too.
That's Keith like us, like, "Damn, I thought it sounded good." I
Like,
mean,
we didn't know, and he don't know either. He literally just takes suggestions. So luckily, there's like a New York food reviewer that he's gotten in touch with who has given him some
thank
much
goodness,
better
yeah.
recommendations.
Mm-mm,
So yeah, he hasn't been dragged in New York the way that Atlanta got dragged, but it has been so funny because the New Yorkers not going down without a fight.
mm-mm.
They said, uh-uh,
They
this is
don't
not
play
our
that.
fault. You
Yeah.
going to the wrong spots. And
But
it's been
Houston did
all in good
really
fun.
good, though.
Houston did great. Houston did great. And then, like I said, it's been all in good fun because, like, even with what's going on in New York, like, none of them have taken it personal. They know it's not Keith Lee's fault that people are
Right,
telling him
yeah.
to go to these wrongs, and they are not holding it against him. Whereas in Atlanta, where some people were in their feelings about some of the things he said, they were taking it very personally and holding it against
Mhm.
him. And it's like, look, he just taking suggestions. Y'all the ones who telling him to go to these places with terrible service because the Atlanta restaurant scene is just
It's
not it.
some it just goes to show because I mean, after Atlanta was Houston, Houston did great. Then
Houston
we
is
go
so
to New
good.
York, and there's, like, some issues, but, like,
But it's
nothing
fun.
yeah, nothing
No
like Atlanta.
drama, no
Yeah.
death threats.
That goes to show that's Atlanta
Mhm.
issue, for sure, and y'all need to
Exactly.
fix that.
Exactly. But yeah, love us some Keith Lee. We're Keith
Yeah,
Lee stands over
I
here,
know.
but
I'm looking forward to what he does in 2024 because man, this year has been so wild for him.
bruh, I'm so scared for him to go to Memphis. I'm because Memphis has some really great food. But if he's looking for great customer service, I don't know.
I
I don't
mean,
know. It's not
it
gonna be
ain't the
like
best
Atlanta.
customer service
It's
in New
not
York
gonna be
either,
like
though.
Atlanta. Exactly. That's the thing. It's the thing because the Memphis gonna cut you out, but you're gonna get some great food. So
I
it's
mean,
okay.
he some of the best food do not be having the best customer service.
Period.
That's how you know it's
But
good, it's
if your
bad.
food is amazing, you can get away with that.
And it's not even
So
like bad customer service,
no,
like,
it's not like
it's
people being
like,
rude. It's just
just
very direct
get
to the
it get it
point.
done. Yeah.
Get your food and go type of
Yeah.
thing, which is totally fine for me. I don't want you sitting there yapping it up like we a Dutch Bros. We ain't got to do all
Please
that.
don't do that.
We ain't got
Yeah.
to do all that. Give me my food. Thank you. Have a great
Mhm.
day. Um, okay, book talk. Me and Myra have like fully discovered book talk this year as
Mhm.
well. And book talk really be having some drama.
That Arthur.
The author. We gotta talk about Susan Meacham. If
Oh,
y'all remember from one of our episodes in January, there's this author who literally faked her death and then years later just kind of popped back up on the scene
to promote another book.
to promote another book. Yep.
People were
Yep.
like, excuse me,
Hmm.
donating and
Yeah.
everything. Like,
It was a whole thing.
books is wild.
Attack is very wild. So I don't know. I should have looked into what is going on with Susan Meacham nowadays. Hopefully she's still alive. Um she a hot mess. Could you imagine if you fake your death and then you die for real? What's the
Who
point?
would believe you?
Nobody gonna believe that you dead for real. They gotta
Also
see
be
proof.
asking for the death certificate.
Right.
Where the body?
Where's the
That's correct. See, this is why you don't do that. This is
That's
why
why you
you
don't
don't
do
do
that.
that.
'Cause don't nobody believe you. You can't even just die in peace. You can't even rest in peace after that.
I wonder how her book sales did. Like, is there some people out there that's like, I just gotta know. I just gotta know. Yeah,
I mean,
that whole story was crazy.
she's a very vivid imagination. We can definitely say that about her. Okay.
Too vivid.
But she's a hot mess. And then also the whole hockey scandal. The girl name is like Kiera Lewis. I don't know why
Yeah,
I
that
feel
sound
very
right.
confident. Okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
feel very confident that was her
Yeah,
name,
what's
but
she been up to?
I don't know. I haven't been seeing her like at
At all,
all.
yeah. She hasn't popped up.
But yeah, if y'all remember, Kiara Lewis is a book talker, and she has a pretty big following or whatever. And she had an incident this year because it was like a hockey player. She was like very publicly lusting after, and her and his wife ended up kind of exchanging some words when his wife was letting her know that she was just taking it too far and being a little inappropriate
Girl.
with it. His whole hockey team was egging it on because they felt like they were
Yeah,
getting so much
the social team and
popularity.
everything, yeah.
It was a whole mess. It was a whole mess.
I just looked her up. She's reading Harry Potter for the first time. I'm block her because I know eventually she gonna come up on my For You page.
She stole
She
that from you. She stole that from you.
absolutely she absolutely
Yeah.
did.
Block
But that whole situation was just insane,
her.
and
Mhm.
she was in the wrong in certain ways, but also the hockey
Mhm.
team was in the wrong in certain ways in that
True.
situation too.
Yeah.
Like we said, I literally just had to look her up. I ain't heard much from her, so hopefully she took
Mhm.
that as a learning lesson in her influencing creator career or whatever.
Mhm.
But mm-mm.
That's a
Girl,
lot.
the some of the stuff she was saying,
It was too much. It was too much. And like you said,
fighting word.
the hockey team, before they started egging it on, they should have talked to that player and made sure like him and his wife were like fully comfortable with it. And I think for a while they were okay with it, but it just started to
Yeah.
go
And
too
consent should
far
be
and to be too
retracted.
much. Yeah, and then people, the people from TikTok started commenting on their family pictures and
Oh,
pictures of their
yeah. They're
kids
going
saying
too far.
inappropriate
Yeah.
stuff. It was just too much. It was just too much. And it's like just because it's not okay to sexually harass a man, just like it's not okay to sexually harass a woman. And we know if the situation was turned around, like there's no way a team would have like sanctioned a woman being sexually harassed by thousands of men on the internet. So it never should have been the other way around either. So
Yeah.
especially not a married man with a family who was uncomfortable with that, just not cool. So
Mm.
embarrassing,
Yeah. I mean, she chilled out.
embarrassing. She did. She
Stay in your
did.
little Harry Potter lane, I guess.
Not the Harry Potter line. Ugh.
Mm.
Anyway.
Oh
I had to add the Battle of Montgomery on
my
here
god, yeah.
because that was such a moment. That was so
That's a
funny.
historical moment.
It was a historical. It's a historical. They're gonna write about it in the history books.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. If y'all are not familiar with the Battle of Montgomery, literally just look it up on TikTok. I swear you're gonna find a million videos because this is when a group of people palm colored people, they picked the right one because the non palm colored people was not going for that at all,
Mm-mm.
and it did not end well
Y'all
for the
not
palm
about to
colored
jump somebody.
period.
Not on their watch.
And the police did nothing to stop this, which was one of the best parts. They were just
The
standing there.
gag of this happening at the Harriet, like the little the ferry was called the
Oh,
ferry.
not it was what the freedom,
The
the freedom.
freedom. This is full blown reparation.
Oh
Oh
my
my
gosh,
god.
the jokes from that situation were
I feel
so
like high key
hilarious.
that was up there with the submersible. The way
It
the jokes
was.
was flying.
It absolutely was. That was one of those events that brought all of, Black TikTok together because that was
Yeah,
hilarious.
hilarious.
Um,
Oh,
and then we have to talk about the brand trips, the infamous brand trips, the Shein
that
brand
was
trip
this year?
and the Tarte brand trips. Yep.
The bread trips was bread tripping.
I would never forget the girls going to the Shein factories. What was they in China?
In China,
And be
talking about
like,
how
"This is
clean it
so
is.
beautiful." Like they're not showing you the
That
real
they
stuff.
invited you to go to at a certain
Yeah,
time, at a certain place.
with a
Be
crew.
so for real.
Be so for real, y'all. It was a level of delusion that I didn't know possible. And didn't we hear like the girls didn't even get paid for the brand trip?
A
Like the
lot of them
payment was
didn't
the
get
trip.
paid. Yeah.
The payment was the trip.
Can you imagine caping for a harmful multi-billion-dollar company that we know is very harmful with this fast fashion
For
for
free.
free?
Yeah.
Like y'all didn't even get no cash. I would respect that y'all got some cash.
Stop paying a bill. If you could pay some bills, I mean, you do what you got to do.
I mean,
I'm not knocking your
you
hustle,
gotta pay
but
several
for free,
for a few months.
yeah,
I
that
ain't
was
doing
that
it for
was
free.
that was just a shame. And then which arguably might have been a little bit bigger. I don't know. I think I heard more about the Tarte stuff, and I think the Tarte
Yeah.
stuff was made worse because the influencers involved, like Fanita, like Nike, were egging it on and just being so ugly and nasty about it. I will
God,
never
this
forgive
mad
Fanita
part.
for that situation. Like I'll be seeing her little podcast pop up, and
I
I'm just not
know.
over it fully because
I'm really not over it.
she never really took accountability for
She
it.
didn't. She just kinda moved on from it,
Mhm.
and, the way they did Bria,
I know.
I just I it's I can't forgive. Like you said, like, I don't have her blocked or anything, but I just can't.
I
Even
can't.
when the whole
Yeah.
situation that came up again with, old girl, that white
Mhm.
audience.
Yeah.
I was like, "She's spitting," she's
Yeah.
spitting facts. Fanita was spitting facts, but,
Mhm.
I was like, "Damn, like, you just really."
It don't hit the same after all that.
Yeah.
Not hit the same after all that. And then I even forgot, Fanita had that whole situation with Pyrex where she had called them out for being on their BS. You
And we
remember
pulled
that?
up for her,
Yes. Yep.
and then she gonna go and do that to another
I
black
mean, it
woman.
was like a month later. It wasn't that
It
long
wasn't
after
even that.
at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
It was like right after that, which made her look even more like a hypocrite.
Mhm. Because
So,
you want people to support when it's about you,
exactly.
but you don't care if you
But if
getting a
you're
bag or
benefiting,
yeah.
exactly, you don't care, exactly. And girl,
Oh,
I ain't heard nothing
man.
from that Nike girl. I ain't heard nothing about her, and I'm glad. She was a hot
Ain't
mess.
seen her with, Fanita at all.
At all. That was your friend though.
That was your friend. You was
Mhm.
willing to down the hill with her, and where
Yep.
she at?
But Bree is out here flourishing because I follow her. I see her videos pop up all the time,
Yeah.
and she's doing well. So I'm glad that she was able to move past
She had a
that too.
few viral moments after that too, that credit card
Mhm.
situation.
Oh yeah, she
Yeah.
did the whole credit card situation. Yeah, I wonder if she got her money back.
We learned a lot of lessons on TikTok, boy. This year on TikTok,
It was the year of the
y
lessons for
look,
real.
don't invite
Mhm.
people we don't know to
Yeah,
dinner,
yeah,
and don't pay for people you don't know
at
at
the
dinner.
dinner. Period, period. Whew.
What a year.
Okay, next category is relationships.
Mm.
Y'all, there was a lot of relationship stuff this year. We can't cover it everything, but we just gotta hit the high points. So Will and Jada and the revelations from her book. I just recently saw a headline that Jada is now saying that the whole Oscar slap thing saved their marriage. And I'm like, Jada, we are so tired. But go off.
I need them to stop doing interviews with her. Maybe it's from the same interview because you know how they like to break it up and put it
That's
out.
true.
It
They
could be
could
the
have put
same
it out.
interview, but
Yeah, it could just be a slow
golly.
news week. And they was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Jada did say this.
Oh my God, just stop talking. Just
I
stop
still
talking.
love Will and Jada. I still love Will and Jada. And I think Jada gets a lot of hate that's very unfair. It's very misogynistic. Misogynoir comes into play when it comes to
Mhm.
Jada and the criticism that a lot of people have of her. I totally, totally believe that. But I'm also tired. I just
It's
want them to be
exhausting.
happy, whatever that means, whether they together, whether they not. I just want them to be happy. And we ain't gotta hear about it no more. Jada, do a movie. I love her acting. I want to see her in a movie or something.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know,
yeah, she need to do another movie because I feel like a lot of people forget that Jada is that girl.
100%.
Like, trying to play her like
100%.
she not that girl, like, Jada
Yes.
is an amazing actress.
Amazing actress. Yep. And Will is working on a sequel to I Am Legend with Michael B. Jordan. I just saw him talking about that.
Damn, which one is that?
I Am Legend is the one I think is like where all the robots was taking over the world or something crazy like
Okay,
that.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. I like that one.
I do too. I do too. So
Yeah.
yeah. Well, we love Will and Jada. We support them, but we
Just
ain't got to
stop
hear about
talking.
y'all love
Yeah.
life no more. We just don't. We
Give
just
us a
really
break,
don't.
please.
Give us a break. I think one of the biggest new couples to come out of this year, if not the biggest, was absolutely Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey. I mean, they're
Mhm.
still everywhere. They are still everywhere. And with Taylor being Times Person of the Year and having this whole interview where she kind of like put more into perspective, like the whole timeline of their relationship. Yeah, the dads and the brads and the chads at the football games just about to have to keep seeing them. And they just gonna have to that's what she said. They gonna have to get over it.
Taylor is funny.
She is.
She is freaking hilarious.
One thing I'm pissed about though is that the girlies is giving Taylor credit for saying the trash take itself out. When me and my homies been saying that for years, like I'm not even saying that we invented it, but she did not invent that. Like Taylor is not the first person to say that, and the girls are fully crediting her with that. Like they ain't
That
never heard it before.
they have it. They
I'm
they
pissed.
ain't a part of culture.
They're not. And Taylor clearly is. But I needed Taylor to be like, I heard this from Beyonce or whoever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, because
Beyonce definitely have said that before.
they think you made it up, Taylor, and you did not. And I'm pissed about it.
I get it's not her fault because anything she do, they gonna run with, like, the whole mother thing. Like, I'm
And
sure there's people out there that think
and
that it
she ain't never
originated with
called
her.
herself mother. They put that
Mm-mm.
on her
Yeah.
100%. 100%. But I do think Taylor and Travis are very, very cute. The Swifties are already making their wedding invitations. Y'all need to chill. Like, let them breathe, let them have a relationship, and let whatever happens happen with them, y'all.
I
Come
feel like
on.
with them, we just gonna find out they're already married. They probably gonna do something super private.
That will
Cause it's
probably be the
yeah.
smart thing, because the Swifties are wild. Because even Taylor had said
Yeah.
in the interview, like, when we first saw her at his football game, I think back in September, everybody thought that was their first date, and she was like, "We was already a couple by then." So the wedding gonna be the same way. It's gonna be the same
Yeah.
way.
I mean, high key, she seemed kinda private. I
I
mean,
think
not
she is.
super private, like,
Yeah.
not Beyonce level private, but, like,
Yeah.
you know.
She is, and I think from the interviews that I've seen, she's definitely been way more private with her relationships in the past. But I think with Travis, one, he's somebody who is used to the spotlight and doesn't mind
Right.
the spotlight, where I think a lot of her exes were not in that same boat. And then also, I think she just wants to like live her life and have fun. So I think
Mhm.
she's not like going out of her way to show it, but she's not hiding it either, which I
Yeah.
think is cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. They're
Yeah.
very cute together too.
Yeah. Best of luck to them. It
Yeah,
is
best
nice
of
that
luck.
he I mean, this mega football star, so he kinda is used to it.
Yeah, for
I feel like
sure.
still probably not even to the level of Tay Tay, though.
Yeah, not the level of Tay Tay, but at
Yeah.
least he's been at a level that in the football world,
Yeah,
he's
he's a
Taylor
shit.
Swift,
Yeah. Yeah.
basically. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So that's good. Also this news that just came out, Cardi B and Offset apparently are not together again.
Cardi,
So
I can't do it no more. I can't do
you
it no more. I
she
can't.
sound done. She sound done for
She
real this time.
sounded done the last time. And I was like, all right, sis, get your stuff. We'll help you move. And then she was right back.
She was
So
right
I,
back.
I can't. I can't.
Yeah, I hope whatever they're going through, they can either figure it out and be together or figure it out and co-parent and just be happy. But yeah, we
Yeah.
don't have to be in all this. We don't have to know every step of the way.
I wish Cardi
So
was a lot more private. And
yeah.
I get Cardi, came up with the social
Mhm.
media stuff. Like this is how she got
Yeah.
famous. Like this is what she does. But I
And
need her to pull back.
she's not on reality TV no more. And so she doesn't have to
Mhm.
put her
She
life
don't
on
have to.
display like
Yeah.
she is. That's true. That's very, very true.
Mm.
Um, Last thing I want to talk about to wrap up this 2023 recap is the year of Beyonce and Taylor. Like they fully took over the music industry. I mean, the biggest
Oh, the
albums,
movie
Renaissance
industry.
was amazing. Yes, even the movie
Mm.
industry, Renaissance was absolutely amazing. Taylor and her, doing her Taylor's versions of albums, they've just been everywhere. And as somebody who's a fan of both, you know, I've been very happy. It's been a good year. Both of their movies, fantastic, so much fun, very different, but very cool. Taylor's is on streaming as y'all are hearing this. So if you want to rent it to see it, but I might rent it. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of got my life. I'm a Swiftie and I don't care what people think. But yeah, it's just so amazing to see two women be dominating the music industry this year and the film industry. Like you said, just been so cool.
Yeah. I just love and then for them to like support each other too
That's been the best
is
part.
it's
Mhm.
just amazing to see. Especially
Yep.
like when the fan base, which they have never had any issues or anything, but the fan
Mm-mm.
base is like, "Oh,
Pitting
one
people
is
against
better."
each other.
Yeah, and it's just
Mhm.
unnecessary, like, I don't even see them as in the same realm.
They're not.
Don't really have the same audience, honestly, like, obviously you.
I'm the only one.
But,
Which they
most of their
really
stuff don't
have.
cross.
It doesn't, and I feel like they have really, like, through them being so supportive of each other, I feel like they have really, like, helped the fans be like,
Mhm.
"You don't have to choose. You can totally like both of them, and you can stand both of them, and it's okay." You know what I'm saying? But like you said,
Yeah.
for the most part, the audiences are very different. The music is very different. The
Mhm.
impact is very, very different. I mean, come on, like Beyonce is Beyonce, even to Taylor Swift. Like Taylor, like
Yeah.
Beyonce is on a whole nother
Yeah.
level, even to Taylor. And conversely, Beyonce has a ton of respect for Taylor as a person and as an artist. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's just like it's no reason to be like, oh, this person's doing this person's doing this. Like they're both very, very strong and powerful in their own right, and they don't need anybody else's validation. So, period.
Yeah, I just love to see it.
Love to see it.
Yeah.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Man, 2023 has been quite a year. I guess as we wrap this up, what do you think was like the craziest or the most surprising thing that we talked about or didn't talk about?
I gotta go with the culture, the Battle of Montgomery.
I love Montgomery. That's a good one.
It was so unexpected. It was on a Sunday.
Yeah.
We were all chilling. It was just so
Mhm.
unexpected, but so unifying.
So unifying. Yep. Yep.
Ugh,
That's so true. That's so true. I think I have to go with something else from TikTok, something else that was very unifying. The Tarte brand trip. Cause they was looking like some real ass clowns and we was all on the same page about it. And I really love that for us.
I love when we're all on the same page, like
We
it's
was
not an
all on the
argument. Yeah. That's when like, girl, Fanita, like look around.
girl, read the room.
Read the
Read
room.
the room was not on your side, sis. It didn't matter.
Like, my goodness. I think she just
Uh,
ego is just so big that she just didn't want to be
Huge.
wrong. Yeah.
Humongous, humongous. But yeah, this was definitely a very, very fun year in pop culture.
Mhm.
I'm sure 2024 is gonna bring it very hard as well, but I can't even imagine what's gonna top this year. It was just so, so much. I'm glad we get to end the year with Tory Lanez being in prison.
Yes.
Uh
I mean, a win is a win.
a win is a win. Mitch McConnell is somewhere charging. The aliens are somewhere plotting. And I'm about to go stream Barbie. So it's a good year.
It's
It's
a
a
good
good
year.
year.
It is a good year.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm
I
excited for
love it.
2024. Like,
Me
especially
too.
like for like even Beyonce and Taylor, but like think like Keith Lee, like what
So
hey,
good.
how can y'all top what y'all been doing?
How can you top it? How? Exactly, exactly. But yeah, y'all. So this was just part one of this episode. We are going to do part two next week, but part
Mhm.
two will be talking about all the things of the planner community that we want to recap for this year. So definitely stay tuned and check that out. We'll also be talking about, our planner lineups and things like that going into 2024. And yeah, we'll be back soon. And that'll be our last regular episode of 2023 next week.
Yeah. I'm looking at the
Yep.
list now. Y'all don't want to miss next week. It's gonna
Yeah.
be interesting. It's gonna be
Yeah. Because
interesting.
we've been low key dragging the community lately, and
I mean, rightfully so, somebody
rightfully so.
so. But
Rightfully so.
yeah,
Yes.
for that.
But I'm excited because there's a lot of stuff from 2023 that we got to talk about with the planner community. So that's
Yes, for
going to
sure.
be good. But yeah, y'all, hope y'all enjoyed this recap episode. Make sure you comment on our Instagram or TikTok and let us know what is your favorite moment in pop culture of 2023. And yeah, Myra, you got anything else for the people?
No, that's it. Like we said earlier, if you want to join in right now is a good time while we take a break, all the extra
Mhm.
content, and then you have the community as well. So definitely check out our Patreon. But
Yes.
yeah, we'll see y'all next week.
Bye, y'all.
Hey Grapevine! Thanks for listening to this week's episode. Planners and Wine is hosted by Megan P. and Myra P. and is edited by Jonathan F. We'd like to thank our Planners and Wine patrons for their continued support and engagement. With special thanks to Daniel M. and Lisa F., moderators of our Patreon-exclusive Facebook group. For more amazing content, please visit plannersandwine.com or find us on Patreon at patreon.com/plannersandwine. You can also find us on all social media platforms at Planners and Wine.